Don't set yourself up through ambition, all right? While you're trying to become something, don't change the somebody that you are. I don't know how many people, you all know that this is true. We all know people like this. Maybe we've been people like this at times. It's as true in the ministry as it is anywhere else. The moment that people get a little bit of success, they begin to change. It's a rare person that can't. I'm going to tell you why. I believe that God will prosper you, but I believe that riches are very dangerous. So don't just run out and be just saying, you know, God's prospering me, You may not be able to handle too much money in your pocket. See how quiet it is? Because we've been trained, we should just believe that God's going to prosper us. God would rather you went to heaven. He would. God would rather in a heartbeat, just like that. If you read the Bible, you know this is true. God would rather, all right, that you were Lazarus, man, down there in paradise than the rich man down there asking Lazarus for a drink of water or for just a touch of water. It doesn't mean that God wouldn't rather bless you. God would rather bless you. He's promised you the blessings of Abraham already, right? If you're a person of faith because of what Jesus has done for you, God will bless you, and you can believe that. But be very careful about things like money, things like prestige, things like status, things like high place. Be very careful. We're always wanting some political person to rise up who's a strong believer and to lead us in America, but I tell you what, be careful about that. Be careful about that. We haven't proven in this country in many, many years that a person can receive celebrity and status and remain a Christian. There's very few, if any. Make me a list and bring them to me. I want to know who they are. All I see today are these young singers and movie stars whose fathers were pastors, who were raised as Christians. They start off talking about Jesus, and it's only a year or 2 or 5 years, and man, these guys are serving the devil. Some of them are making Masonic signs and doing crazy stuff. Man, they're flat out serving the devil, and they don't even know. You know why? Somebody didn't protect their childlikeness. The church did not protect their innocence. The church said, go be somebody. Go do something great. And you watch that message. Be careful about that message because you might get what you asked for. It's better to be led by the Spirit of God. In fact, there's no true faith without being led by the Spirit of God. That's something you should write down. There's no faith if you're not led by the Spirit. If it's not led by the Spirit, it's your faith. I don't care how many confessions you make, how many things you get, how many checks come in the mail. If it's not the Spirit of God that you're following, it's another spirit. And if it's another spirit, that means it's another Jesus. And if it's another Jesus, that means it's going to end up as another message. And you won't know it. You'll think you're going to heaven, and you'll turn around one day and say, man, Jesus, I thought we knew each other. They'll say, no. You knew a lot of things about me. In fact, you did a lot of the things like the people who knew me, but I didn't know you. Yeah, but Jesus, man, we had a rock concert for Jesus, man, 24/7. I made it to Hollywood. I was a somebody. I talked about you every once in a while. When I wasn't high or hanging around my friends that I was afraid and ashamed of the gospel in front of. Be careful what we're asking for. I'll tell you what we need. We need a strong body of people. We need a strong church that says, you know what? It's faceless. It's nameless. It doesn't matter. I don't need the credit. No. I don't need the credit. No. I don't need the credit. Man, let's let Jesus get the credit. Let's lift up Jesus. Let me tell you what this area needs that we live in. It needs a group of people that'll say, forget prestige, forget status, forget money, forget fame, man. Let's let Jesus be famous. Jesus be glorified. Let's come together and do whatever it takes. Let's spend time together working on Jesus projects that'll touch people in this world. I'll tell you what, you could take 20 people and change the world if they will truly do that. And these are the very things that Jesus is talking about. Jesus knew the state of all men. He knew what was in all men. That's why, read your Bible, Jesus did not trust any man. We pretend like we're all trustworthy. The secret of Christian obedience is having a tight relationship with your Father.